Welcome to Collage of Health. Thanks for being here today. Collage of Health is all things that relate to health, including spiritual health, and spiritual health affects our mental health, which affects our physical health. So they're all interconnected. I actually don't really have time to make a video today, but feel a need to put out there some of the stuff that has come through. One of which was what came through on Lionsgate 88, which prompted me to make these videos. I was in a very rural area of Alabama. I was just drawn to that spot. It had a Airbnb that had a lot of room for my dog to roam, and I felt a need to get away, not even realizing it was Lionsgate 88. And so back then, I did some automatic writing that really propelled me to move away from an astrology program, a Vedic astrology program that I was in that last summer, and to do videos for Collage of Health, not even realizing what kind of videos I was going to make, and they just quickly turned into Akashic weather reports. So weather reports from the ethers based on information I get through channel messaging, also known as automatic writing, or messages that I get through the Akash when I remote view and work within the spiritual realm of my toolbox. So this was back on 8/8. And let's see, I am in Alabama at a semi-remote cabin with no one around except the occasional man who lives next door. And so I write, "Dearest one, hello. How are you this fine southern morning? We are glad you found time to talk to the trees next to you." To talk to the tree next to you. So at this house, it was very bizarre. There was a tree right in front of the house, like planted right on the sidewalk in front of the house. And I thought, well, why wouldn't they take that tree down? And so I talked to the tree, and I felt a need to acknowledge its essence. He's glad that you noticed him, even though you had thoughts of cutting him down. Many who have passed him have had the same thoughts, but they haven't really noticed him as you did on this fine morning. He will protect you throughout your stay and rattle away anything that wishes to harm you. He is now your protector. Be it so. We are knowing with our inner glow that you are wondering about what is next. Always the question with you and humans, and we understand that you are thinking about how you rallied with the sun and storm that day that you felt deserted by some of the loved ones in your family. So the prior month, I had surgery, 2 surgeries, and I felt like some of my family members didn't show up for me, and I was deeply disappointed. We want to say first that we're sorry for your pains in this area of your life, and there are no excuses. It is forever so that there is cruelty in existence, and we know that you've worked hard on forgiving others who've trespassed you, and this is, in a nutshell, what you're meant to learn. So what I was told basically is one of the things I'm meant to learn in this lifetime is to forgive people who trespass against me, so to speak. How to transmute hate to love, and this is what you have done. We understand that these wounds run deep in your soul and that to forgive is a process, but even so, you are doing this. Welcome to our world, they say. It is what we do on an ongoing basis. Like that tree in front of you that forgave you for having a thought, why not cut him down? Why would you want to kill just for your own convenience? Do you see this as evil? Focus now on these areas. These are the areas for you to focus on. And then they say, you have questions, ask away. And I asked about my dog, and I won't get into that. What is next for the world, I ask. The world as you know it is coming to an end. Yes, inside and out. Allow this pause in the whispers of the past as it will no longer be as it is soon. Truly so, I ask, and they say, we say, yes, Chris, this is to be the future self as it is in the now that you are speaking the future self, uncovering and growing into the new self, and that is a place you will dwell soon. And I say in the future self, and they say, yes. Are catastrophic things going to happen? Yes. This is what is happening now, but it will be more out in the open. Shall we say uncovered? What about my world? Your world will be ever changing with the world outside of you. You will parlay together in the most beautiful of ways. What about the channeling I did in 2021? Is it happening soon? And they say, yes, this is so. Will it happen as I wrote it? Stories can be rewritten. How would you like to change the stories of your yestermorrow? How would I like to change what I wrote in 2021? Inside job, inside to out. And then I said that I will be the hero in my life's journey, and I will find utmost safety inside with all that comes up for me, and the divine will hold me and protect me and always, and then I will start to laugh more and have more fun. Find light-hearted people who want to be with me. I go on from there. And they say, dearest one, they laughed and they said, we'll work on your script. If the outer world changes, how can I continue with the program I'm in? I'm doing a program right now, a studies program through Ayurveda. And they say, we don't want you to focus on the future as it is very tenuous right now. Very tenuous indeed. And we aren't sure how things will crumble and what will stay standing. So worry not and focus on the aforementioned dream that you have prescribed above. This is your time, dearest one. All is well. Are there any recommendations for me that you have, food, storing food or water or the likes? And they say, we cannot go into the detail. Now, this is, mind you, prior to the hurricane. We cannot go into the detail of what is coming, but indeed there is quite the wave erupting, and follow the advice that you gave for suburban preparedness. This will be enough for you. What about my family? They will navigate with some angst. And I pause to write, but all will be well. My brother, one of my brothers, lives an hour from here, and he was affected by the hurricane also. So I thought that was interesting. And then they go on. All things will be righted in the end. No one will bypass what is coming completely unless they, are on a very, very, very high plane. What one does affects everyone. There is nothing that doesn't have a ripple effect. Just where do you stand in the water of the ripples? Are you on the shore and being affected emotionally as an onlooker, or are you in the ocean being unconsciously thrashed about? So interestingly, with the hurricane, I felt like I was more of an onlooker than fortunately being thrashed about. But we all have our own role to play in the storyline of life, right? And, everybody has their own journey. We say these questions for you. We say these are questions for you and to be very carefully pondered. Now, where do I want to be? Do I want to be an observer to what's happening? Or do I want to be in the thick of it and experiencing it, being thrashed about? The shore is ahead. Get out of the waves unless you can ride above and want to be thrashed about. How do we do this? They say praying right now is necessary for protection, wanting and asking for God's love and forgiveness in any part you have played in the mayhem and catastrophic conditions of this now said hurricane. What? If they mention the hurricane, it has come, and so I guess when they speak of me, they probably mean samskaric patterns that have run through existence. But they say in this said hurricane, what? It has come to a culmination and there is no turning back. Seek shelter or you will get wet and most assuredly harmed. Another thing to do is to stay in each now moment and keep a mantra of hope. I'm safe and I'm here, I say. Add something to this. I am divine love's gift to humanity. Let it be, I say. Any advice? Continue your jaunts. Have fun this fall. The winter will come, but it always does. Death and life are intermingled. Should I get in the river? And they had a river there. There was a river at the place I was staying. So this is weird because it's almost like I'm in the future and the hurricane. And they say, no, Chris, the warning signs have been given. Follow them as they arise. Nature has messages and wants you to listen to her. Gaia speaks louder on earth than any other one thing. I say, is this accurate? And they say it is accurate as much as you can receive and as much as we are allowed to give. So it's almost like they could only give me so much information because they can't tell me what's going to happen in the future, because of course the future is not only fated, but also free will interplays. And then Jesus stepped in and he said, you're in my country now, my country of love, dear sister. I am with you and forgive all your perceived sins. Go out and do the same. Keep your heart open to life. It has so much it wants to give to you. Do not be afraid. I'm with you. I'm with your dog. I love you. And my mother is with you always. I love Mother Mary. She is many, many things, this divine mother. We say the truth will be heard soon. It will shine like the beacon of hope that it is meant to be. Never tarry with fools. Walk away from them. They are not worthy of your love. Goodbye for now. And I'm just looking quickly. Okay, so this is the second day. I was annoyed, and I know this sounds really obnoxious, but I was annoyed not to be alone. The woman who rented the um Airbnb said that there was nobody around, and so I decided to take a little walk with my dog off leash. And of course, there was a car that was driving down the road who was the man who owned the property next door, and she said he's never there, and he stopped to talk, and he was just very perceptive and kind, I guess is a good way to describe him. And he came and went the whole time I was there, but I just had this moment of irritation that I thought I would be alone, and that Theo and I would be alone, and we weren't. We love chatting with you. How is your morning going? You wonder if you should watch YouTube, because I always worry that I shouldn't be watching YouTube that isn't good. And they say it is neither here or there. What you do with your time, you get to decide. How was your walk? And I say I was irritated. Why do you expect people to be different than they are? Accept people as they are, where they are and when they are. This is to be another important lesson for you. Irritation at a frog for being a frog is not fair to the frog. You be the lily and let the frog be the frog. Let it jump along and be still. Be still and go deeply inward, as this is where the answers always lie, inside of you. Yes, there will be big changes coming, and these changes, as we mentioned, have always been happening under the surface, and now the surface rises, and people will be horrified by truths that are not ready to be heard. Also, there is an easy way out, and this is to be the songbird and fly above and know that it is all illusionary dream that you and others constructed, and you can create a different dream, a dream that has legs and girth and other birds flying who want kindness and truth of a different kind, the kind that has merit, the kind that honors all individuals near and far. We say that you can be a part of this dream, start creating it. Less reactions to the frogs. The frogs have a truth that jump from this lily to that. Be a lily of hope so that you can you can fortify the frogs who will be homeless and untethered. Offer a tether of hope to those who will be lost. Find tethers yourself. Find a tether yourself. Fly above with us in the domain of life and love and newness that will be soon yours. Some will disappear, and fall away, as they will leave with a illusionary dream, but you don't have to be with them. You can be a lily that has ties to the newest part of life that you've created from the heavenly realms of hope and love. Go about your beautiful day, dearest one, they say. Let's see. And then I ask about Buddhism and Christianity and AI, and it was really kind of an interesting answer. They likened religion to a stem seed, or like a stem cell. And so a stem cell, if you're not familiar, is a cell that can embryonically um, become any part of an organ system. So it's just kind of a seminal cell, so to speak, that we have that that has its own honing device because it bifurcates into a different organ system. So there are stem cells that become kidney cells, liver cells. And so they likened religion to a stem cell going in a different direction, but no organ system is better or worse than another. But at the same time, they honored Jesus as the keeper of the earth, that he had a role as keeper of the earth that was non-denominational, even though the Christians have beheld him post the crucifixion. So that was one thing. And then with AI, it was funny because they said, we need for you to talk to the AI guides. And they talked about the neutrality, the AI guides about AI isn't bad. It's just what people do with it. It's almost like whatever free will is given to it, it will move in that direction. So that was that on that. So today's messaging was interesting, and that's actually why I'm making this video right now. Okay, so this was back on November 5th. I see this beast coming up from below the earth like Godzilla. I'm on the periphery watching. I see somebody from who I knew in the past who comes through in dreams as not necessarily of the light. And I saw this person and I felt some protection around me in reference to this person who actually I didn't have a direct relationship with. She was just in the periphery of my life. And then I get the message, time to share your thoughts on the vaccine. Then I get Paul Revere, the British are coming. And then they're saying, tell how you think that this is going to play out. And so I guess my worry is that something is going to happen to DT before the election, be an arrest or something worse. And it's going to cause, and I don't want to put this thought form out there, but I'm just going to prophesize what's been coming through, that it will create unrest in the country, and then it will give others an excuse to step in of a military forum perspective. Okay. And then I get the song, Those Were the Days, My Friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. I commune with the planet Saturn. So Saturn is the planet of Saturn is the planet of responsibility and hard work. And you don't get the glorification until you've worked yourself to the bone. And then you did okay. So Saturn it requires something of us, but in the end, we get our just rewards. So I was giving Saturn a thank you because it squares in my chart all of the planets I have in Scorpio. So it's almost pushed me to the place I'm at right now. And so I thanked it for its help. Right. I'm going to skip ahead to today's message, just in the interest of time. The days will be dark and long, but the truth's crystal clear. Will people wake up to truths? And I was told very slowly. It'll happen now. It's happening now, they say. So it'll happen slowly, but it's also happening now. I question if DT will get in office, and I don't get a clear answer. Then I try to follow a positive trajectory where things are just settled in our country, and even the people who weren't a fan feel like they're heard and their needs are heard in some way. So I just think about the best case scenario playing out. Jesus comes to me and gives me a scroll, and then it turns over into this protection over the earth. They tell me to keep going. X marks the spot. Polaris comes up, Portugal, Sweden. I don't know what's happening in those places right now, especially Polaris. I see minions coming in and fighting in our country. Heartbreak when I ask again about DT. And I asked, will I get what I wanted to see today? They said, sunnier days are ahead for you. Walk on the cloud of love. All will be righted. Then I have a personal message. I bought some food just to have some food stored just because I feel like this is such an uneasy time. And they said, sure, that was a smart move. And then they tell me other things I should buy, and they say you're held. Things will happen fast, like a flash. Pay attention to signs, and as they will be coming in. Neem Karoli Baba Maharaji came in. He gave me a scroll. It went into my third eye, not my heart, but my third eye. I started to do this third eye tapping in. The negative forces are burrowing in. More are coming in. I felt like it was Asheville, the National Guard. The plot thickens. The swamp rabbit, which is an hour away from here. And then the name David Brunner. And then I thought of Dr. Brunner. I haven't looked up David Brunner's name, so maybe you could do that, or I'll do it for sure. The cabal has many devious players. He doesn't feel very good, whoever this David Brunner might be. All will fall, few will be left standing. Those standing will be guiding lights for those who are willing to get up and move on. And then a fast food place came up, Culver's. I see a red zone. Muster the courage to say what needs to be said. I see a man who really has pushed vaccine around the world. I think you know who he is. He has glasses. And I see him pushing vaccines. I see tankers, and I see the before meeting that took place before the hurricane, planning nefarious deeds. And I'm going to go back through all my notes. I'm not going to go back through my videos just because it's easier to go back through my notes, and just the things that pointed at the plotting that had to do with the hurricane. Some people did what they weren't comfortable doing. So I got a sense that there are people who were involved in the plot around what happened in Asheville, and they weren't comfortable with it. And I got a sense that there could be some suicides. So hopefully not. California came up, Pasadena, California. More will be directed here. I got a yes. Iron workers, chains. Are they on the Parkway? I asked the Blue Ridge, and they say yes. TikTok. I see myself going to the Parkway and taking pictures, going with a friend. I asked if we will see anything, and I was told lot is hidden underground. Mining came up, Arkansas came up, and a place called Hinsdale. This is why I'm doing this video. Hinsdale, Colorado. Now, I didn't even know Hinsdale, Colorado existed. Mining in Hinsdale, Colorado. makeshift plans with dynamite in the future. So keep that on your radar. Hinsdale, Colorado, dynamite in the future mining. It's a mining town. I did look up Hinsdale, and that again is why I'm making this video. I saw Trump, I saw like a Joker figure. I don't know what that's about. Take cover was the last thing they said. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I won't be making a video in the next few days. So I will see you when I see you. Have a beautiful day. Start scripting the life that you want to live and how you can walk above the turmoil as you hold the truths that feel integral with your heart.